Hello! It's been a while since I've been live, so I'm happy to connect in this way. So I may have some internet troubles, but let's ask the internet gods for support. I'm here on this beautiful island in Azores in Portugal, and sometimes it's unpredictable. So welcome everyone who is joining, welcome everyone who is watching the replay. Good morning. I love it when you say hi. So we have a really beautiful topic. And in this video, I want to speak about something really precious to me personally, something that I've had a really interesting journey with, and something that I believe is really important for us collectively right now. So I will speak about how we can develop a relationship with our body so that the body becomes our best friend, our best ally on the path, and it becomes our oracle, our compass that supports us on the path of of our chosen path, on the path of our soul, on the path towards tremendous fulfillment in our life and our relationships and in our business and our professional accomplishment. So please stick around, please type things in the chat so we have this conversation going. I love to feel that we are together, although maybe we are miles and miles apart. So you may know me a little bit, you may know me quite well, or it may be the very, very first time you've ever seen me. So my journey, especially when it comes to the journey with this body, it's been a very challenging one, a very tricky one. I come from a place of being completely disconnected from the body and moving in life from a place of mental ideas, from all my choices in life, from choosing to become a lawyer back in the day, from to being so obsessed with accomplishing things. I have a history of burnouts because I'm such a high achiever and I hold myself to such high standards, and it took me some years to really admit that I am a perfectionist. Yeah, I have this. So let me know if there are any other perfectionists over here. And this perfectionist can also be like a certain self-hatred sometimes, where it's like we really are so obsessed with going somewhere, becoming someone we want to be, instead of really honoring what is here. So then when I started my spiritual journey, it's been a lot, like seemingly a lot of practices that have to do with the body, the yoga, so the Kundalini yoga, the Hatha yoga, Tantra, yeah, also like all of those paths, they are really like, there are practices that have to do with the body, but still, for me, with all those practices, the tantric sexuality, sacred sexuality, activating my eroticism, so all of this seems to be such a body-oriented approach, but still for me it was a way to actually use the body, use my sexual energy, use the energy that I have to transcend that, to actually move that energy high up to my crown chakra and to actually transcend the body. So somehow the body, I've seen it, and many spiritual practitioners or yogis, yoginis, anyone who is into meditation, there's like a bit of a bad reputation that the body has. There's a bit of a sense that we have to transcend it, that the mind is something that has to be transcended, that the personal identity is very limited, that actually we have to kind of get those things out of the way so that the real thing can go through. And the real thing is the divine grace. The real thing is the cosmic power, the power that we can create space for and allow to move through us. And as much as I believe that, still it has been a very interesting journey to recognize the body as the part, to recognize my humanness as something incredibly precious, as something that can take me to very, very deep places within my soul. So I want to speak about this, yeah, how our body can actually become our ally in all those ways, in all those dreams, in all those things that we want to accomplish. But first, let's see, like when we speak about the body and nourishing the body, usually what comes up is that, well, it's not that important. Yeah, it's like, okay, I really need to like do things, I have like things to take care of. I have things that I want to accomplish in the day. I have a business, or I have children, or I have my relationship, and like I have things to do, kind of. Yeah, and then the people would say like, look, I don't have time to nurture myself, to really like connect with the body. It doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that? I better do something that creates result. Yeah, and it seems like, just resting, kind of taking care of yourself, it's a kind of luxury that is not so necessary. So that's one belief that we see a lot in the world, and I believe that this belief is quite detrimental, and we see a society that has a lot of tendency for burnout, for breakdowns, for depressions, as some of you are writing here, for yeah, like we don't know how to handle intense situations in life, like when there's a breakup, when there is sudden, like someone maybe getting fired, like I got fired at some point in my life, like I didn't know how to be with that energy, or some big things, big events that shake us from our core. We are not equipped how to handle that. And I believe that this is happening because we don't know how to really land and nurture our body, nurture ourselves on energetical level, on physical level, on emotional level. So another belief that many people have is that, okay, like I already have so many problems, kind of taking care of my body is kind of another thing to add to my to-do list, and I really just don't want to do that. It's like too much. It's like I don't have time for it. It's for people who are, living on paradise islands and paradise communities, and just, they don't have so many things to do. They basically, these are the people who don't have much else to do. That's why they're taking care of themselves. Well, that's also another kind of dangerous belief, because again, it seems like it's not a necessity. It's like something additional to do, to add to your to-do list. And then of course, by no means adding like self-care and self-nourishment to the to-do list, then it just adds extra stress, and it becomes another way to punish ourselves and to, like, in that perfectionism that I spoke about earlier, like again, this perfectionist go like, again, you didn't take care of yourself today. Again, you didn't do your yoga, you didn't do your practices, you didn't do your workout, like, and then again, this kind of bashing comes. So no, that's not the way to go there. That's not the healthy way. And it shouldn't be seen as another thing on the to-do list, the nourishment. No. Another problem that we have with that is that people just say, I don't have time. Like, I literally don't have time. I'm too busy. I have too many things already. I just don't have time. And what I want to say is that once we shift this attitude from outside to inside, where we feel like the success of our relationships, the success of our businesses, the joy of how we feel about ourselves, that this is not an external thing, that it's not something that has to be provided to us by perfect conditions that we want to be in. But when we shift that perspective and we see it as something that is up to us, it's an internal condition that actually is first, then this whole attitude shifts. Then you cannot say, I don't have time to take care of myself. Then I cannot say it's for the people who don't have much on their to-do list. You cannot say, well, it's not so important. When you understand that depending on how you feel on the inside, everything else in your life aligns or not, we are talking about a different story. then it's a whole different game. And that's that shift that I want to invite for all of us. And I want to encourage people to really prioritize their nourishment, because I believe that when we do that, when we prioritize our nourishment, when we prioritize our well-being, then we will have people who are kind naturally. Then we will have people who are kind to themselves, who are caring to themselves. And then we will have people who are kind and caring towards others. Because we need to learn to love ourselves. That's when we learn to love others around us and our intimate people, but also just the world around us. That's how we know how to take care of the earth. That's how we know how to connect with beings around us, how to look into strangers' eyes with kindness and take a moment and look at them and acknowledge their existence. And we only do that when we really understand the importance of what that does to ourselves, when we take ourselves as precious, when we take ourselves as someone so important, and we give it dedication and time for that, for acknowledging that. So yeah, I hope I'm transmitting this, because it is deeply, deeply important for me. And I have created an event, a gift actually, an event that feels like a gift, a delicious event that we will have on Thursday, this coming Thursday, on the 12th of August. Which actually is also a special day. It's the end of this Lion's Gate portal we are in right now, this very powerful moment in time, this influence of the new moon and this Lion's Gate, which is like really this big impulse for our new way of living to come. So it's like, it's really the time to go like, okay, look at the things that just don't work in your life, the attitudes, this, stressing yourself, the overachieving, overdoing in your life, and then or whatever else is that you're doing that is just not a healthy pattern. And then now is the time to reset that. So in this window, I'm also facilitating this event. It's an online workshop where you're welcome. And it's called the Art of Nourishment. And it's a 2-hour event where we are going to really shift that trajectory from we will shift that perspective, that idea that somehow it's about the external situation that will provide fulfillment to us. So, if we're interested in reclaiming our power, if we are interested in finding true joy in relationships, if we are interested in finding the true path of our soul, if we are interested in having financial freedom, if we are interested in all the good things in life, there's one place that it all has to start from. And that place is where? That place is here. That place is inside of each of us. That place is in prioritizing our nurtured state of being. So none of that joy, none of that freedom is possible without being nurtured within ourselves. Because when we are nourished, when we are in this relaxed, loving place with ourselves, then we actually connect with who we actually are. Because there's so much going on in life where we just borrow ideas from others. We just borrow ways how we think things should be. When we borrow ideas of business models, of how society operates, of how we need to be as women, how we need to be as men, and in that we disconnect from the innermost knowing of our soul, from the innermost wisdom that we were born here with, like that place of just knowing what is right for us. It only comes from a place when we are actually at ease with ourselves, when we are rested in ourselves, when we are nourished within. So if you want to shift it, like have a support and the shift of that trajectory and align on a path that is full of nourishment, and you will see that it doesn't even need to take a lot of time. It's more about an inner attitude where you put yourself first, and not in some egoic way, oh, other people's needs don't matter. No, other people's needs matter, but first your needs matter. And because you take care of your needs fully, and that's your first priority, then you can also naturally take care of everyone else who you need to take care of for some reasons, yeah, be it your loved ones or your clients or anyone. But you do it from a place of fullness, not from a place of emptiness, because it is when we are so full from inside, we start to overflow, and the giving becomes natural extension of our heart. So, beautiful people, let me know how this resonates with you, if you have any questions. But if you feel to join me and a group of people, beautiful people, in this nourishing container, we're going to have a 2-hour container on Thursday. You can sign up following the link that I will add to the bio in the end of this live. Or I will also add to the story, so you can go to my stories after this live and swipe up and you can join. It's a 2-hour workshop. It costs $222, and we are going to have a delicious container of, first I will speak to you, we will have a conversation about nourishment, about really finding a way to truly anchor into our nurtured space. And then we'll have a guided practice that I will guide you in, something that supports me like nothing else in my life, something that you will always have to come back to, some principles you will receive, some principles, some things that you will incorporate into your life, and you will see it doesn't even need to take so much time. You can decide how much time you can actually dedicate to that and do some very specific things which will nurture you from inside. And we will set up the course for that during our workshop together. So I don't promise like life changing in 2 hours completely, but for sure, if you go in with totality, you will have a trajectory shift, and you will really land in that understanding of that's the place from where you accomplish all the things you want to accomplish. This is the place where things just get attracted to you naturally, because when you care for yourself, then you attract that care from the world, and you, yeah, whatever you desire, whatever care means for you, be it soul-aligned clients, be it financial freedom, be it real friendships, be it real relationship, like you, whatever you emanate, whatever state you're in, you emanate that, and then you draw things on the same frequency towards you. Okay, so let's see if you have any questions for me on that. I would love to see you on Thursday. It's going to be very yummy. Yeah, so Hildren is saying, I'm trying to learn self-love and self-care for the first time in my life. Yeah, and the thing is that there's no right time for that. You know, there's no right time to start that, because like if you live like 1 year of your life really prioritizing yourself, your self-love, your self-nurture space, it's like this 1 year is enough, you know. It's like if there's a 1 full year of your life when you really love yourself and you move in life from that place, that's amazing. That's an amazing way to live your life, even if it's the last year of life. So it's never too late. So that's wonderful. You're doing it, and really, yeah. I hope this can land for all of us, that it's not an extra thing to do. It's a first thing to do on which everything else depends. Love from Sahaja from someone. Beautiful. Moji Yatra. I wonder, who are you? Thank you so much. Well received. Okay, beautiful ones. So I will leave you with that. And I hope to see you on Thursday. And this will be a wonderful, wonderful time spent together. So if you're feeling depleted in your life for some reason, if you're feeling energetically depleted, if you're feeling you don't have so much energy to give, you feel confused, you feel like you're not sure where is your place, come to the workshop. Or if you're feeling pretty good, but you know you're not at your best, come. Or if you just feel to spend some time with me in my energy, come. That would be beautiful. Okay, beloveds, thank you so much for being here.